Just breathing the day, yeah, making waves, kicking ass online, can't behave, laughing in the face of wannabe queens, living off memes and caffeine dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie Beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie Beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breathing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream. Tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle a flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breathing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That is woman with the smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream.
I always have to laugh towards the end of the song when my big old bobblehead pops up. Hello, you guys. Hello and good afternoon. Grunge. Well, what it's like outside for me right now is it's kind of smoggy out. But LA is like 40 some odd minutes from me. So I'm not near everything that's happening. I'm not near it, thankfully. But there's rioting going on, things being set on fire, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. All the shit that goes down in LA, I always say I'm so grateful when my parents moved from back east out to California. Like they didn't choose, like right in the heart of Los Angeles, right? My heart breaks for everybody else who has to work through this right now, for the kids who have questions. Just in general, my heart does break. I think people think I'm like this heartless, like Trumper Republican, and it's like I acknowledge that there's a lot of sadness going on. But then I look at like the people that they've got so far, right? People who are there with are here with rape charges, domestic violence charges, stuff like that. Anyways, that's a whole issue for another day. Whole issue. Right now, it's smoggy out. Like the mountains aren't as clear as they usually are. So that's what it's like outside for me. A little breezy outside. The sun's out. If it wasn't so smoggy, it'd be a great pool day. Hello, everybody. Hey, fashionable. Hello, Shauna. Hello, Mrs. Chester, Heather, Free the People, Ruby Soho. Hello, good to see you. Grunge, Titus to Jesus Girl. Also, right-ish leaning. Me? No, I mean, I was raised right-ish leaning, but then throughout my life, then became like far left. For a while, I did. I did. I even voted for Biden at one point. And then I kind of woke up to things, and I'm like, oh, maybe everybody else isn't so crazy. Now, I'm not saying I agree with everything. I don't. I definitely don't. But anyways, hi, good afternoon. I guess it's gonna be one of those live streams. Just FYI, I got a full-on panic attack while I was thinking about dedicating a whole stream to this Paws Kuwait who is shady as fuck. I seriously had a panic attack. Um, so I know I'm still gonna cover it. I am, but I'm doing it the breezy way because I'm not good with long, uncomfortable subjects. I'm not. The only people I could be serious for like when they need me to be is my daughter and now my boyfriend, right? For the most part, I'm the person you go to when you want to forget about things and you want to laugh at really nothing. Like I'm that kind of a girl, right? That's what I do. However, there's also something inside of me, and my gut is screaming, and it's like there's something very bad happening with this Paws Kuwait. Something very bad. Animals could still be getting harmed. How can you say you're a lover of animals, a friend to animals, a protector of animals, but you're not going to discuss what's possibly happening? So I do want to talk about it. It's just going to either have to be at the end of this live stream or at the beginning. And at some point, I need to get my mind off of it, if you know what I mean. I hope that explains things. Hey, Kimberlina. Hello, Andy. Good to see you. Erin. Hello, gorgeous. Shauna, I think I said hi to you. If I didn't, hello, hello. I'm so far behind. Agreed. Thanks to whoever gifted me a membership. It would probably, I mean, it's either Be Kind or Andrea. One of those two. And was also far left for a while. Yeah, like I don't know. I guess since it's gonna be one of those live streams, um, I kind of realized as an adult I could kind of take things that I agree with both parties, right? There's things I definitely don't agree with the Conservative Party, Republican Party, but there's things I don't agree with the Liberal Democrat Party. There's things that I like that both do. I don't know how to explain it, but at one point, like you literally could have labeled me as a tree hugger. Like, and I still kind of am. I do hug trees because I love them and they give a lot to this earth. But I don't know. I had a Biden is my homeboy shirt. I was in love with Bernie Sanders. I thought he was the coolest man. I just wanted to sit on a hill with him and yap about the 70s or something. Like that's what I wanted to do. But while in my head everything's all fine and dandy and la di da, right? Like there's real issues going on in the state that I live in the country that I live in, and it can't all go with like who I'd rather sit on a hill with. You know what I mean? Anyways, anyway, hello, Tia. Hi, driving home from the wedding. There's nothing wrong with being a bit of both sides, despite what people may say nowadays. I think that's important to remember. Me, in general, as a person, everything isn't so black and white. I don't know how else to describe it. I have a very open mind. I don't know. Just like I was raised Christian, right? Like my parents became born again Christians. We're not going to go into a religious talk, don't worry. But like, while there's a lot of things I liked that I learned growing up, there was also a lot of things that I don't agree with that I had to hear about every Sunday, right? So I kind of take things that I go with and I believe with or believe in. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. As who I vote for, I had to get out of my feelings, and that's just how it is. I'm an adult now. I had to learn that life isn't fair, despite that that's what's told to us that life should be fair, everything should be fair. It just isn't, and it never will be. So, anyways, hope that clears it up for some people. There's things I like about both parties, things I hate about both parties. I may vote one way one election and then completely change my mind, and that's what I did. So, anyways, there's nothing wrong. Okay, read that one. That's why we have the freedom to choose that part right there. We could get high and be grumpy. My two favorite things. Yes. I remember when we can have an opposite opinion and still be friends. See, and it's not like that anymore. And I'm so afraid to tell anybody about who I vote for or why, because you're just like automatically labeled, you must be a racist too. You must be this way. And it's like, I'm clearly not. Um, and it's just, and now people, I mean, I've even had people that I started out with, friends on YouTube, cut me off because I don't like the governor of my city. They blocked me for a minute too. They unblocked me. I don't know. They go through a phase where they decide they don't like how I vote or how it appears that I vote. And then they'll block me and then unblock me and then follow me and then unfollow me again. It's a whole thing. But I'm just not like that. Like I could be friends with everybody. I don't know. It's just how I am. In my family, it was wild. Like growing up, I used to hate politics, right? Because as a little kid, I thought everybody was fighting. but it was really everybody in my family, voted differently, right? And so they would get into these debates that they loved, but, like, growing up, I was scared. I remember always being scared. I thought nobody was gonna talk to each other again after dinner. I don't know, so it was just, like, this thing, like, I stayed away from politics for as long as I could. I really, really did, but then again, I became an adult, and then I realized some people are passionate, and just because you don't agree on something, it doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life. I see that happening. I saw it all over on Facebook too. I just cut my mother, who's dying of cancer, out of my life because she voted for Trump. It's like, really? But I would see things like that. And I guess I'm just not that way, so it shocks me when other people is. It's like, tell me something to change my mind then. Like, don't just cut me out. Don't just write me off. Like, tell me why you feel this way. I guess I'm open to discussions where other people are like, oh, Republican? You know? She was laced down with a corset. Who? Oh, your daughter. I'm like, who's in a corset? Togs, have you ever seen someone weave lace by hand? It baffles me. No wonder it was a flex back in the day. People are so talented, and that's why dresses cost so much money. So many of these are hand done. Like, are you supposed and people get mad, like, it goes beyond just, like, lace making and dresses to, like, handcrafted art that people put, like, hours and hours, sometimes days, weeks, months of their time into. um, they like oftentimes up their price for a reason, right? Like literally their blood, sweat, and tears have gone into whatever piece you're buying, and people want the things to be like, oh, why isn't it $20? It's like, what? Anyways, I think wedding dresses are beautiful. I can't wait until the day I get to buy one for myself. But see, I'm not going to be like the typical bride breezy. Like, I'm wearing chucks with my wedding dress. It's definitely going to be on a beach, so it has to be like a beach themed dress. Yeah, that's how what I'm going with. Cause I'll kill myself in high heels. So it's either barefoot or Chucks. That's just how it has to be. Anyways, eventually we'll get to this foodie topic and other things. I'm so jealous of people with talent. Me too. I really wish I could sing or play the guitar or like even the drums, a violin. I wish I could do something like that. I feel like, I don't know, it probably would have kept me out of addiction because I had other shit to do with my time. Friendly reminder to get hobbies right now if you're young. Get some hobbies, it'll keep you out of trouble. Maybe it's just me that noticed, but I like both of you. And now someone can just type up words, call their computer made images art. Yeah, 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 this is true. I have dove into the AI stuff, but to be fair, okay, can I just tell you guys, I am not good at technology, like, I actually suck at it, so the fact that but I don't just rip straight AI, okay? I don't just rip it straight from there, I put my own little twists on it and things like that, but, like, I could see how it's disrespectful, I could see how it would offend real artists, I could see that, and you're really making me think too, like, I can't just go on that whole little speech about people putting hours into art, and then here's my AI thumbnail. So thank you for making me consider that. All right, those are facts. Get hobbies. Internet and politics aren't hobbies. I mean, the internet used to be my fun place to go to. I mean, it used to be like a place to get away from the real world. Um, and I want to keep it that way, to be honest. So after the tough conversations we have today, it's going to be back to laughing at Foodie Beauty until somebody lets me know of another animal organization that's shady as fuck or something. Yeah, like, I spend a lot of time with kids, a lot of time with my daughter, I don't know, my sister and I'm really glad and proud of our relationship we have now because it wasn't always like this, like, we grew up best friends, really close, and then she hated me during my addiction, right, like, hated me, um, and I could see why. I could see why. At the time, I think I started hating her back because I was like, "I could never cut you off," but, like, she didn't wanna cut me off, right? Like, she didn't want to, she had to. So anyways, at the time, we hated each other, and more it was me just hating her because she hated me, and that was, like, me protecting myself, I guess. Anyways, we worked really hard on our relationship. I had to really prove to her, like, for a very long time, that I was going to keep my word on being sober because my sister had been to, like, umpteenth sober living graduations, rehab graduations, and I was always out drinking, like, the next week, right? Sometimes even that night. So, like, she wasn't coming to those anymore. Been there, done that. Wasn't her first rodeo. She knew the drill. I feel like it wasn't until like a year and a half, that she started trusting me again and letting me back into her life. And like now we help each other out with the kids. So it's really cool. I'm so grateful for what we have now. But anyway, so I'm around kids a lot. There was a point to this story. I'm around kids a lot. And sometimes the only adult conversation I get to have, well, now I have my boyfriend, but was YouTube. Like, come on here and talk to you guys about what's going on. Laugh at Foodie Beauty for a little bit, for a little while. I couldn't talk about Foodie Beauty with kids, like, nor would I want to. I forgot to get something to eat, be right back. I'm glad I never really enjoyed drinking. It's such a waste of time and money, empty calories, nothing but regrets. I mean, like, I respect the people who can go wine tasting, right? They just like to taste the wine and they don't chug the full glass. They spit it back in the, what's it called? Pontoon or something. What is it called? Whatever you spit into, they spit it back in that, and that's like their one thing they do every 6 months. They get together with all their friends and they taste wine. I couldn't just spit it back into the pontoon or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I would be guzzling your glass, my glass, the table, like everybody at the table next to us, their glasses. I would just, yeah, I can't do that. But I know there's people that can have a glass of wine every once in a while, and I respect that. But then there's people like me who don't know when to stop, and one is never enough. In fact, 25 isn't enough. 50 beers is definitely not enough. Like, I have to stay drunk 24/7, until my body gives out and something terrible happens. That's the kind of alcoholic I am. Stealing alcohol because the shakes are so bad. I'm thinking I'm gonna die from DTs, so stealing 211s, whatever else, like, it just. I'm not one of those drinkers. So shout out to you guys who can drink normally. My hat's off to you. I wish I could do that. Every time I drink, I ended up in handcuffs, it seemed like at the end. Every single time. I was truly allergic to alcohol because I broke out in handcuffs. Like, that's just what it was. Hello, Sniper! A spittoon. Oh, what was I calling it? I'm surprised Foodie has not come online raging yet. Same. Okay, maybe we should go to Twitter. I've yapped so much. But first, let me ask you guys, do you want to do the pause stuff at the end, or do you want to hear about it at the beginning? Because I have to talk about it. I have to. I still have to sleep tonight. And so I just want to let you guys know maybe some of the info that other people have found out. And I don't know, you guys can see where you want to go from there. I'm not saying to like put up posters in front of your house about Paws Kuwait. This is more or less a message to just really vet all the rescues, like, seriously, just in general. We think because rescues say they rescue animals that they're a good place, and they might not be. So really do your research. Really do your research. And it's a reminder to me too to research places before I'm like, oh, we should donate to Paws Kuwait. So if anything, this serves as a reminder to everybody, do your research. Let's see, let's do that first. Alright, so I can't show my DMs, but I'm going to read a DM I got, right? And I want to keep them anonymous, but they had reached out to me, and they were telling this stuff around the time I started noticing what Hurl was posting, right? And again, I didn't wanna believe it. I saw a picture on Hurl's page, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck no, I'm out. I can't do this. I'm not strong enough to handle this." But then I kept seeing more information come out, and so I just kind of feel like it's my duty to not praise these people, and let you guys know just the stuff the community has found out, okay? But I did receive this DM. So let's see, let me go all the way to the top. So there's websites they sent me, animalkind.org. It tells you how to avoid being scammed by places like I'm going to tell you about. Avoid getting scammed by the animal rescue. They also sent me a link for the FBI. They said, I believe Paws Kuwait is another scam site, as none of it makes sense. Look it up on Google Maps. It's an empty plot of land. Cross-reference to IRS organization search, American-based organization. Nothing is found. Check the Federal Trade Commission resource of approved charity organizations. The place doesn't come up. Look at the website, and it's not hosted by a legitimate site. It's hosted by Wix. And doesn't end in a .org, which is the official approved site for all charities and organizations. The email listed on the website is also not officially cleared through legal channels in America to do with how charity organizations are contacted. The phone number is a personal private number, also not a legal way point of contact for an approved charity organization. They said, I suspect all reaction channels have been scammed, including any viewers that donated to said site. So their site is I'm pawskuwait.wixsite.com. They let me know how to report if I should so feel inclined. Also, it would be wise to contact and flag any bank or credit union regarding fraudulent donations. Okay, hold on. Also, when there is a case opened, it is not made public as it would interfere with the investigation had this investigation been real. But right before that, they said there should be an open investigation for all involved or who participated in dealing with said scam charity. Smear drop, are you listening? Also, when there is a case opened, it is not made public as it would interfere with the investigation had this investigation been real. There is nothing flagged on Chantel on the Interpol site regarding red notice flagging her from travel, had an open investigation been opened on an official capacity. This very well might have been orchestrated to push Chantel to go viral, manipulating all reaction channels to drive up views and clicks for her own channels and socials. This is just from what I've reviewed on my own time. I hope you are not a victim of this additional complex point of the Paws Kuwait scam by donating to their scam site. So that is, I got that or DM, and then I'm starting to pay attention what's going on Hurl's Twitter, right? Okay, you guys still here? The org the orgs use those pics. They generally aren't legit. You can always tell. Be kind of so irritated with the pause drama. It's all evil, it seems. Okay, this is what people have gathered, you guys. I'm going to say it flat out. They get calls to go get animals. They get money from people. They take pictures and they put it up on their Instagram. I don't believe they're actually helping any of the animals. I don't. I don't. Some of the animals looked intentionally harmed. This is my opinion. And some of the animals look like they just took a picture. That's it. That's all. Like, where was the treatment update? Where was anything? Um, People are thinking it's a kickback scheme. I know they keep shouting out this special vet that they supposedly work with, but that's how those type of schemes go. Somebody's like, "Oh, I'm working with this vet and you can donate directly to them," right? And then they share the income or proceeds that they get, right? So I'm not saying that is for a fact. I'm saying based on all the evidence, this is what people have seen. So bear with me for a second. I am going to go to Twitter to my bookmarks because I bookmarked a lot of stuff. So I'm just showing you guys the evidence I have seen. Again, I don't think they're helping animals. I don't. I think this is what they do. They take pictures of sick animals or they get them and make a whole lot of money off of them. And from what it sounds like, they dump these animals or somehow they're injured. I mean, I was just telling you guys yesterday about how 4 incidents happened in 1 year with this lady. 4 incidents. A masked gunman came in and shot all the animals. An arsonist set fire to the place. I mean, really, really. So, okay, enough yapping, Breezy. Get to the bookmark tweets. I have noticed their posts have many typos, which surprises me. Okay, their website, for example, it looks like some random ass names they threw up there. It says, like, let's say Jennifer Breezy, receptionist. And then below that, where any legit website would type in a summary, like I've been on websites before where I was a receptionist and they put me on there. Like I've been there, done that. They type in a little fun fact about the receptionist. She loves pugs, whatever else. It just says like Tanya, whoever, Tanya Smith. And then it says edit. And then it says, I am a paragraph. You can edit me to write a summary of what your position is. Like, they're not taking the time to do that. I think they're just putting up random ass names. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. All right. So hold on. Let me get past my bookmark tweets of the riots because I'm already gonna be in a mood talking about this, and I don't need to be in more of a mood. So we're gonna skip. I don't know why I'm calling them protests. They're not peaceful. That's what I will fucking say. Okay. Hold on. Let me go. So this is crazy. I'm trying to go more towards the beginning of where it all started because then I'm going to end up backtracking and trying to explain things that I actually still have questions of myself. Um, the dog fighting, I know Nikki let me know, did not happen when Rolla was in charge, but it happened under this somebody that was just as scummy and I think working with Rolla. It's a whole thing. I don't know if Nikki's in here or Hurl. Or Miss T, I would appreciate you guys in here. If I get anything wrong, please feel free to correct me. Okay, so I think it's safe to show now. Am I blocking people on accident? Okay, you have to remember, although there are many strays in Kuwait, they don't have a love of pets like we in the West do, so shelters and rescues can come under attack. I thought there was no crime in Kuwait and over there, for one thing, so how is all this happening? An arsonist, a masked gunman, doesn't Foodie tell us how safe it is? I mean, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that people hate animals so much over there. They're stalking this Rolla person and setting fire to every place she goes. What are the odds that's happening or something horrible happens so she can dump all the animals she accumulated and hop on to the next place? Why is there no set place on Google Maps for them? Why are they always in a new location? I'm just not buying it. I'm not. Um, and the off chance people hate animals so much, why would they have to go to find Rolla? I mean, there's a bunch of stray animals on the beach. We've seen what, 50 at a time sometimes? Oh yeah, I forgot there's no crime in Kuwait, right? It's the safest place. There's no homeless, no crime. Everybody's so respectful, minds their own business. Nobody even flirts with each other out there. Why would they attack kittens and puppies? Anyways, Hurl said people are completely ignoring the second video that was found. The person that got ran off had it on their page. So I think this video in the description, I think it was to expose this person. But it was a video. I'm not clicking on it. It says from Wafra to I don't know how to say that. Hejin to Abdali, Paws Kuwait does not stop. Once a place becomes full of dead animal bodies, they move on to the next place. This is a legit video on YouTube. If Paws Kuwait is such an amazing place and everybody in the Middle East hates animals, why are so many people trying to expose Paws Kuwait? People in Kuwait speak badly of this place. They talk of them as scammers. The description in the video, Hurl said, I think the person filming was a volunteer who wanted to blow the whistle on them. It said, once a place becomes full of dead animal bodies, they move on to another place in the name of good. In the name of shelter, people are being used for their compassion and good hearts. Paws Kuwait keeps up to 900 plus animals in this shelter. Dogs make packs, fight, and kill one another. The strong lives, the weak dies. 100 workers will not be able to keep the place clean, socialize, or make sure each animal is fed and taken care of. The truth is they have no more than 10, maybe less workers. Inexperienced, they come from very poor backgrounds, no true passion for animals. The animals are not fixed. They keep producing and producing. Help put an end for this. Share this video with as many people as you can. I don't know if a mod can I might even be I'm scared to click on it, but I want you guys to have the link in case you're feeling brave. Um, can I just let you guys know, a big part of animal rescue and all of that, they trap the cats. They trap and release. They spay them. They trap them to get the cats fixed so they'll quit producing, and then they let them go. to where they found them because there are feral cats out there. There's feral cat colonies. There are. I had people when I worked in a vet in Pasadena. People who used to come in and trap cats, and they would drop them off to be spayed or neutered. Oftentimes, they would borrow a cage from us, trap them, get them spayed or neutered. Some people even paid for it out of their own. It wasn't always rescues, but then they would release them. And at least this way, the animals stop producing. Why aren't they fixing any of these animals? If they're working with that vet like they say they're working, why aren't they fixing any of these animals? Why? That's my question. Nick T said, definitely not forgotten poor babies and how awful for the whistleblower to get no response or reaction. What I do know is that Rolla person tries to silence anybody who talks about this, which is odd to me because if you're doing good, why would you care, right? If you're doing the right thing, why would it matter what certain people say about you? People you don't even know in another country, even. But she chases people off. She has this smear drop doing like a whole campaign to try and cover her ass. What's weird, you guys, too, before I get more into this, what's weird Smeardrop has been promising for days for an update, and it's always when she gets home from work. She's busy right now. However, she's not too busy to DM with this Rolla person and make plans to go to Kuwait to meet her. She's not too busy to write replies to everybody. I've checked your Twitter, Smeardrop. You reply to people all throughout the day. You are trying to clear the name of Paws Kuwait everywhere, but you're too busy to post what, a 2-minute video or like a 30-second video with an update? Or legal documents, that doesn't take any time. Editing a name out, blurring a name, that takes no time. In fact, it takes less time than what you're doing, yapping it up in the DMs with Rolla. You don't find that weird that this smear drop comes out of nowhere with the first of the updates from this supposed animal rescue? It took them weeks, like, I'm sorry, 11 days of being around for them to eventually, I think, reach out to Yaba. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I'm saying that. I heard very recently Yaba say that they were wanting to come up on her panel and she declined or she was going to decline. But why all of a sudden? Like, okay, why wouldn't they go to Yaba or FFG first? Why this random smear drop who at the time had like 60 subscribers and now she has over 500? It's weird. It's very weird. Red flags going off all over to me, right? So anyways, the real pause when it existed was way more transparent than whatever this new pause is. So this is the one that closed down in 2013. These were the people, or this lady was the one who ran it. There's articles on her. She ended her campaign in Kuwait. So she was with Paws Kuwait, but she ended the campaign years ago. There's even articles on her ending it. Um, let's see if there's anything else in this thread. She was hit by a car and laid for 1 month. The real pause last video is 2013. The pause investigation video people are sharing is from 2014, and there's a third video from 2019. So she was hit by a car and laid for 1 month. So this is 2013. Paralyzed in front of the Philippine embassy. Randomly, people were feeding her. Finally, pause volunteers got the call to rescue her, and she was in a terrible condition. Skin and bones only. Dehydrated, her tail rotted through the accident. She spent 1 week in the clinic. But do you see the difference in the updates? Like, this is so different from what this Rolla person is sharing on her supposed Paws Kuwait IG. It's all graphic images. This is gonna be hard for some people to hear, but I'll just say this again. It looks like they intentionally hurt animals, or it looks like they take pictures of animals already suffering and don't do anything to help it. Um, why are you posting videos of maggots all over dogs? But, like, there's no like, this can happen when a wound goes unopened for a long time and isn't treated, yada, yada. Like, why just graphic photos? And then, like, why no update photo? Like, this is the dog now after it's been treated for X amount of time, thanks to the great staff at yada yada hospital. Like, it just seems like it's shocking content. So people are like, oh my God, they're really helping these animals. I'm telling you, I don't think they are. There's worse pictures, but I'm not trying to ruin anybody's day at all. Not that this is helping, but I'm going to be careful about how much like graphic things I share. Because to be honest, like, Even though I've had days to kind of, like, hear about this and see what's going on, it's gonna be the first time hearing about it for a lot of people, and, we're animal lovers, so I really need to be sensitive to that as well. Um, Miss T said they looked better here in the pen. That other one doesn't look recent. The new one looks like they did first night at the vet before they got home. Okay, so everybody was talking about that picture, the updated photo, right? I think this was even in response to what I said. They don't look good. I don't think that they looked good. There was people saying, "Oh, well, they coulda got a dip and still been kind of sticky because of that." Okay, what's the excuse for the urine stains on Bruce's feet and on the mom's feet? What's the excuse for that? And what kind of food is that? I desperately need to know because anyways, a lot of people were commenting, you guys, at how horrible the cats looked. There was a few people who still wanna believe Paws Kuwait is, like, this amazing place. Anyways, there's an update from Drop today, and it looks like the cats got a bath, but why did it take everybody saying how dirty and filthy they looked? Even if they did a treatment, there still shouldn't be urine stains and feces stains on the feet, right? So Miss T said in response to that, Matt Cook said Bally was on stream and said, I have some pussycat that Chantal can. Okay, I don't care about Bally, no offense. So Miss T said they looked better here in the pen. That other one doesn't look recent. The new one looks like they did the first night at the vet before they got home. But if that's the case, why are they putting up old pictures and why did they just put up a new one where they look clean today? After everybody's asking for updates, even people who are all for Paws Kuwait is even like, come on, what is it now, like Thursday in Kuwait? We were supposed to get an update on Tuesday. Rolla has time to post about everything else, donations, yada, yada, yada. Drop has time to reply to everybody about how awesome Paws Kuwait is, but everybody is suddenly too busy for an update. I'm just not buying it. Sorry. All right, let me keep going. Okay, hold on, you guys. Earl said he can't be serious. These cats look filthy. I don't even know if it's possible for street cats to look even worse when they were on the street. I agree with that. Okay, Nikki said, here's the TLDW on Paws Kuwait. The physical shelter changed names and does not go by Paws Kuwait anymore as of June 10th, 2024. Nikki has been speaking out a lot about it too. I'm actually going to go to her account in a minute. These are the conditions the animals are in. Nikki said, imagine the shelter with a huge outdoor area is not Paws Kuwait, but Kuwait Animal Shelter? Could it be that Paws is just sharing old photos from before they were booted out? It looks that way to me. I think they're sharing old photos too. Like, it's weird. The whole thing is weird with them. Nothing is honest. Everything is shady as fuck. Okay, hold on. We'll eventually get to Foodie Beauty stuff. Like, I just really could care less about Foodie at this second. Pause to recheck dates, account, names, etc. Alright, let me what's weird too? People were saying this Rolla lady has, like, all these different Paws Kuwait accounts. Um, is she going by just a bunch of different rescues and sharing all old photos? Somebody sent me a photo today where they swore they were getting kittens out of a illegal pigeon market or something in Kuwait. But it looked like they were just taking pictures to say they were doing it. Like, we won't get an update from Rolla, we won't. Okay, so for people who wanna pay attention to the dates and everything, zoom in. They're highlighting how bad the situation is, their regards, strays, and the condition many are in. Why would they keep the name that she gave the kitten? I don't know. That's a good question. Kim said, "I didn't hear that. This stuff is crazy. I pray for all the animals." I do too. June 13th, 2024, Kuwait Animal Shelter. Our sweet children. The shelter has been changed to oh my gosh. Mm, I want to see Rolla taking Bruce to the airport. That would convince me of something. That's what I want. You have time for everything else, Rolla. Please have a video sent to Smeardrop of when Bruce and his family go to the airport, please. I want to see every second of that. I really do. Hurl said he looks around 6 weeks old and they shouldn't be getting adopted out when they can't even get spayed and neutered yet. No competent rescue would ever adopt out unfixed animals. The purpose of a rescue is not only taking in animals, but controlling the population too. It's so fucking weird. None of it makes sense. He seems too young to be shipped off to another country. He isn't even fixed. What animal rescue adopts out unneutered, unspayed cats? Please tell me. Please, if you guys know of a rescue who sends any animals home without being neutered or spayed, I would love to hear it. Oh my god, all of this is bad. Okay, let me keep going in my bookmarks. Hold on, I have more. I'm trying to oh, Rosie. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take you to Hurl's Twitter where I found out more, Nikki T's Twitter. We're going on a journey. Um, okay. They're highlighting? Okay. The way those cats looked in that video, I wouldn't doubt if Rolla pulls a foodie with Howie and tries to throw a random cat in a video and say it's Bruce. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, let me show you the updated video before I go look at Nikki's Twitter. So this is what they sent us, or this is what she sent Smear Drop. So she doesn't have time to give a legal update on what she's done regarding Chantal and Salah. But she definitely knows because Smeardrop told her that we said the cats look filthy. I'm just not buying it. I'm still not buying it. But here's an updated video of them. I was even looking so hard. I'm like, what if these aren't the same cats? What if? It's so weird how small they still are, too. I'm not talking about small in size. Like, I get they're still going to be tiny. It's like he hasn't put on any weight. And then I don't know if you guys have seen the smear drop thing. She's DMing with the Rolla person, and again, she gets, like, the first of the updates. She's best friends with this Rolla person now. She wants to go to Kuwait and meet her. It's all weird, right? Like, who has time to do that? But a scammer. Scammers have all day to be in your DMs. They do. They'll do anything for a dollar. Okay, let me try and get back to Nikki's Twitter. Wait, Breezy, thank you for discussing this. I have to. Could you guys not see any of that? Did I show you guys that? Did I show you guys the kittens? Or was I just looking at it? Because I really don't know at this point. I have to. I think something really bad is going on. I think Smeardrop is in on the scam. Whether she knew about it at first or she's in on it now, I don't know why she's going so hard for this woman that she just met 11 days ago. I find it odd. I know in every instance that I was being scammed, I was love bombed in the very beginning. "Oh, I love you. I can't wait to meet you. I wanna marry you." Those are scammers. Rolla wanting to meet some woman from the States, supposedly. In 11 days, it's all weird, and why this woman is going so fucking hard. She's in all the replies, sticking up to everybody. I mean, sticking up for Paws to everybody. Okay, I was on a mission to go back to my bookmarks because I gotta find Nikki's Twitter. Okay, you saw it. Be kind. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. Hey, geometric humanoid. Yeah, it could be a movie the more you find out. Like on your own time. I encourage everybody to do their own research. The more I find out, the wilder it gets. That's the best way I could describe it. Okay, let's go to Nikki's Twitter. Okay, so Nikki and Hurl have some opinions right now. And, they might think we're idiots and everything else, but I think they're more mad that everybody is looking at Foodie's reflection, instead of caring about animals. So just know if I'm not taking their words personally, you shouldn't either. Okay, this is strictly they can think we're girl world idiots all we want, but at least I'm an idiot that's an animal lover, right? Okay, so Nikki says, Paws Kuwait pick 1 day after they were rescued, pick 2 today. What the fuck happened in the last 1.5 weeks, girl world? They look starving, disheveled, and like they're eating animal organs or something. Okay, and you might think that's drastic, but if you've seen this picture that I'm talking about, I don't even know how to make it nice. There's no way of saying it nicely. There's just no way. There's a picture there's a picture that came from their Instagram, right? And this picture has haunted me since, like, the first day I saw it, okay? Like, I feel sick every time I think of it, like, my eyes are filling up with tears right now. It looks like somebody hacked into a cat and took a picture of it and made it hungry, and it looked like they were feeding it itself. And that's not something I could just make up. I have a wild fucking imagination, right? But like when it comes to other things, like oftentimes I daydream. Like I pretend I'm on a beach listening to Jimmy Buffett somewhere, like things like that. Like I can have a wild imagination, but that's not something that my mind would make up. The fear in the animal eyes, I saw what I fucking saw, okay? I saw what I saw, and it has stuck with me. So when she said it looks like they're eating an animal's organs, sadly, that's not far-fetched, okay? It's not. And I know people would look at that and be like, "What the fuck? This woman's crazy." No. Like, if you've seen the picture that I've seen, it's not far-fetched. She's not crazy. She went down the rabbit hole like, unfortunately, a lot of us did, I guess, or fortunately for the animals who may have suffered at Rola's hands. Um, I don't know. It's just, it's a lot. It upsets me. Like, the thought earlier of having to do a whole stream of talking about this stuff, like, really sent me into a panic attack. I fucking love animals. Say whatever you want about me. At the end of the day, I will look out for a fucking animal. I will. That's the one thing I'm good at. I feel like I'm good with animals. I feel like I just understand them. They get me. I get them. And I vowed since I was a little girl and my grandpa fed me lamb stew and traumatized me with it. I vowed that I would always be a friend to animals. So this is me doing my part, but also I have to protect my peace. So I'm letting you guys know what's going on. We're going to go through it. And then we're going to do a PSA to do your research. And then we're going to go laugh because I have to. Okay. Be kind. Thank you again for gifting the membership. I'm sorry if I like brushed past it. I'm so sorry. Cutie Gamer Cat, welcome to the Breezy Bunch. For a week of being cared for, yeah, they're definitely on death's door, skinny. I'm so fucking mad at Foodie. Do you understand? This is who I'm mad at because people like, oh, what? So you think the cat would be better off with Foodie? No, I think the cat would have been better off left alone where it was at. It survived however many weeks with its mother, right by a food place, right, where people eat, a picnic place, like, that's a smart cat, like, that cat knows how to survive, right? It was doing just fine there. Foodie fucks up, steals a cat, puts it back, calls Paws Kuwait, and now we find out all this stuff, right? I just need other people to know that they exist. If you're calling them to let them know an animal's injured, they're gonna ask you for $100, and they're probably not gonna go help the animal. They're gonna go take a picture of it and put it up on their IG. Okay, so I showed you guys the clip of the dates where Nikki said, imagine if the shelter with the huge outdoor area is not Paws Kuwait, but the Kuwait Animal Shelter. Could it be that Paws is just sharing old videos from before they were booted out? It looks that way to me. I believe it. I believe it. Okay. Paul said they've been saying this all week regarding their update. They keep saying an update is coming soon. For one thing, I didn't even fucking think about this. It's been so long since I've been out of trouble. If Foodie and Salah were truly in any trouble, this organization, if they played a part in it, they would have shut the fuck up. Like when there's legal things happening, you don't go blasting them usually. You stay quiet until it's over, right? When people said that they searched Chantel's name through the Interpol and it doesn't show up, like, it's for a reason. I don't think anything's being done. I think they're gonna print out another document, add some numbers to it, and say that they're doing something, but I mean, I don't even believe that this woman wants a whole lot of eyes on her herself. I don't. And I believe the more people that talk about her, she's gonna disappear again with no updates. I just have a feeling. Anyways, Curl said they've been saying this all week. They have plenty of time to post pics and clips and DM people. Why are they having trouble with providing actual updates? Why do they keep saying different things? Didn't they say they already had someone in the US getting them? They did. I swear it was like the second day, that part too. The second day they had Bruce, I swore they said that he was going home to a family. He'd already been adopted to a family in the States. I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't make that up. I'm not imagining things. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. Do you guys remember that too? If you are a real professional organization, this is messed up. Yeah, I agree. We're not even done going through most of the stuff. Anyways, they keep saying there's going to be an update soon. Just Me asked, is there any updates on the case? I'm so glad Bruce and family are doing well. Is this what you consider doing well? Because I thought they looked better on the beach, to be honest. No, they weren't in the best shape there, but they look in even worse shape in this picture. So Paws says, hello, yes, there are updates and will be shared soon. Thank you. What I don't get is why is there no updates sooner? You wanted them Tuesday, it went into Wednesday. What are we on now, Thursday? Could it be you're not giving updates because there's none to give? Is that why you put a cute video of kittens out so people would hopefully forget you were supposed to provide something about Chantal and Salah? And while this woman isn't flat out asking for donations, I believe there's something shady going on with the vet she's working with because she's like, you could donate to them, da 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 da. But then, too, I see posts from her where she's like, if you want to help, click this link. So while she's not saying PayPal me, she's getting money for something. Tweety said they posted an update for the cats. They're in the hospital for 3 days, getting ready to be shipped off to their new family in the US. The update we are talking of here is Chantal's case update. Look at the question. Pearl said, I know for a fact them going to a new family in the US is a lie. There's not going to be a foodie case update this soon. They barely filed a complaint with the ministry, which then has to be investigated. You're not getting foodie vengeance within a week. They don't have updates. Yeah, and people don't like to hear that. Here's the thing, people, I feel like, won't open their minds for one thing because of who the message is coming from, right? So I feel like they don't wanna hear it because it's coming from me, or it's coming from Hurl, or it's coming from Nikki, or whoever else, and they don't want Foodie Beauty to come online and be smug and say, "Heh, told you so." But here's the thing, if the cats are hurt, if Bruce is hurt, all of this boils down to Foodie should have never fucked with that cat, right? Foodie should have never touched that kitten. It wasn't hers to take, it wasn't hers to run off with, and this Paws Kuwait would have never at least got involved with Bruce. Geometric said, yeah, I remember hearing that they'd been adopted. Remember, we were celebrating. We were. Storm said, I'm pretty sure there are lots of kittens that would be adopted first locally. That kitten was sick. Free the People said professional organization would interact with trolls or beezers and talk shit back to them. I don't know a professional organization that has the time, right? Again, I think of the time when I worked with Linda Blair. Like, she came into my vet all the time, so many animals, looking like she hadn't slept for a week. And no, it's not because she was whatever possessed. It was because she actually cared, right? But like oftentimes she was leaving one appointment, going to another, going to another. She was like so hands-on, right? And that was a long time ago. So whether she has more people now, I don't know. There was another woman that helped a lot of dogs. What was her name? Sybil Shepherd? Sybil? Anyways, I don't know anybody that had the time to sit there and argue with people, right? I just don't. This isn't very professional whatsoever. Um, Pearl said this doesn't raise any eyebrows. Paws Kuwait claims to have 1,500 animals and doesn't have the money for food to even feed them. 1,500 animals. Think about that. This wasn't the food that kitten was eating. So while you think the cat or animal organs is off, it didn't look like this in that in supposed or fake Bruce's bowl. I don't even believe that's the real Bruce anymore. Okay, Paws Kuwait said we only received one bag of food for 10 dinars. Just one bag for more than 1,500 hungry souls in the shelter. Every day they call us when they are hungry. Our hand is empty. We cannot give them anything. We need at least 50 sacks to last this week. I beg you. Sitting, please help us feed them. Don't let them sleep hungry today. Yikes. Paranoid said, I hate this situation. My brain is just, I don't even know anymore. I'm going to keep saying this. Thank you to everyone who's doing the work looking into this. I appreciate the fuck out of you. Where are they putting 1,500 animals when they don't even have a location to call home? Does anybody wonder about that? Where are they putting 1,500 animals that they desperately need to feed today? Hurl said, next time you talk to Rolla, let her know I'm contacting the Kuwait Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Social Affairs and Labor about her scam rescue after their holiday. She'll be forced to show the state of where she hoards animals to the authorities. I want to show you guys this really fast. I know this was a document that they had posted up, and we were supposed to be all excited because there was a case number. I was even excited. I celebrated. This was supposed to be the document against Chantel and Salah, right? Showing that this place was like pursuing a criminal case against them. So it says this image appears to be a document from the Ministry of Social Affairs in Kuwait dated June 2nd, 2025. It details actions taken regarding the collection of donations without a license, specifically referencing Rola Abdul Rauf Babu Bakar and the office of Sahara Ali Al Sakar. The document lists two actions, one involving a CD and another involving hand delivered attachments, both marked as not completed. Weird. It didn't say anything about Salah's name on there, right? Though, like, anybody could have just wrote up a form, printed out a form. I don't know. I'm just not believing it. I just don't. I don't believe a word that this Rolla lady says she's doing. I don't. The place with over 400 cats only has one up for adoption. Sounds legit. Oh, yeah, you just DM them if you want to adopt, which is, again, weird. 400 cats and only one up for adoption? And why does it always change? One day there's 400, one day there's 1,500 hungry animals. I wonder if Buttermilk even got rescued. I can't look at Buttermilk much longer. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I can't. There is a special place in hell for people who use animals. There just is. Okay, let's see. Someone DM'd them and they responded right away. I thought that was weird too. Like within seconds, if you DM Paws Kuwait, like they're right back at you. Saying this is the only official Paws Kuwait has on social media regarding the Twitter pages who are trying their best to back down. They only made Rolla stronger to continue pressing charges against Salah and Chantel. Who's trying to stop them from pressing charges? We just have questions about their animal care. But again, sometimes they write things, and I swear it sounds like Chantel and Salah are with this Rolla person. I swear it could sound like it's coming right out of Foodie's mouth sometimes. So somebody asked some questions and they said, hi, this is the only official pause Kuwait has on social media. Regarding the Twitter pages who are trying their best to back down, they only made Rolla stronger to continue pressing charges against Chantal and Salah. Be sure that no matter what they say or accuse us, we will never back down. Thank you. Okay. Well, nobody wants you to back down from pressing charges. We're just wondering if you're actually able to and if you're doing what you say you're going to be doing. Just FYI though, Pearl says Foodie is not going to prison and she's probably not going to she's probably going to start streaming when she goes on her visa run. And that scam charity is not reporting Foodie and Salah for their other crimes, but they want gullible people in girl world to think they are. It says the Kuwait Ministry of Social Affairs and Labor likely does not get non-citizens on a tourist visa charged with crimes related to donations, but not non-citizens in Kuwait can be deported for administrative and criminal offenses, including those involving donations. The Ministry of Interior adjudicates misdemeanor charges, and the Ministry of Interior under Secretary signs deportation orders. Again, I don't know why she's making it seem much bigger than it is. Okay, hold on. Here's more. Paws cruelty investigation. For the past year, we have been receiving increasingly alarming reports on the welfare of animals in the Protecting Animal Welfare Society Paws shelter. In the last 2 weeks, the reports have reached such urgency and frequency that we felt the time had come for us to take action. Hold on. Uh, that we felt the time had come for us to take action in the interest of the nearly 200 animals in that facility. We have roughly investigated this matter and are prepared to say, without a single doubt, that PAWS has fundamentally failed to meet the needs of animals in their care in every possible way. Furthermore, PAWS can no longer be said to exist as an organization. Their shelter is now no more than an animal hoarding operation. Oh my God. And an unequivocal case of animal cruelty. The circumstances there are unacceptable. As a government society charged with the welfare of animals in Kuwait, it is our duty to stop this cruelty from happening. The animals in the PAW shelter deserve better. Kay's Path has offered to take these animals and care for them, but PAWS has refused. The chairperson of PAWS refuses to admit that there is any problem at the shelter. But the time has come for this terrible situation to be made public. We ask you to view the video and decide for yourself. It says, if you'd like to be involved in saving the animals of Paws from their cruel circumstances, please email info@kayspath.org. Do you notice it's a .org? And tell us how you can help. Oh my God. What is going on? Nothing good. Okay, what's going on at Paws Animal Shelter? It says animals and wildlife. The last time I heard of Paws is when John of Kay's Path posted about the cruelty investigation that took place there. But now it seems an employee of Paws has taken over the Facebook page and is calling out for help. The message above, plus a few others, were posted a couple days back on the Paws page, and since I've been getting a lot of emails asking me to post about it. The chairperson herself has been denying all the claims and has been asking people to visit the shelter to see for themselves. Whatever happens, I just hope the sheltered animals come out of this okay. Check out all the messages. Okay. Um, Check out all the messages on Paw's Facebook page. Someone said this is really bad if true and something has to be done for the sake of the animals' welfare. Is now a good time to remind you guys that 4 times in 1 year, I'm going to say it again, something horrible happened to the animals in Paws Kuwait care. A masked gunman, an arsonist, all this stuff, right? Yikes. Somebody said this is all true. I've been there and seen it. I had to deal with the new chairperson, and she's a nasty piece of work. I don't understand why she is in charge. She doesn't even care. Why can't she just hand over all responsibilities to someone that cares? I truly believe the only reason she's holding on to it so tightly is because she likes throwing around that she's the chairperson of Paws. It makes her feel important. When I visited the animals there were sick, starving, and in horrible living conditions. They are better off on the street. Myself and my family left in tears. Someone said, Mark, please set up an event where people can volunteer and help clean up Paws. I'm certain there are people here willing to help. This is beyond cruelty, and these animals don't deserve these conditions. The chairperson needs to be removed as soon as possible. She clearly does not care a single bit about these animals. I hate the fact that I'm not in Kuwait right now to help fix this. Honestly, if I was, I would do any and everything in my power to take over her position and fix the shit she left manifest. Okay, someone asked if Paws Kuwait was a safe place to take an animal 3 years ago. I would also like to take this time to remind you that I'm not taking you to this YouTube video because I don't even have the heart to click on it. But in 2019, it was exposed that Paws Kuwait had dog fighting going on, dog shows and dog fighting. Now, Rolla can say she's not involved with it, but I don't know. Alina said, please think before giving to a shelter who keeps taking in nonstop. Where do they all go after? If there is no flow of sending out or at least local adoption and they take in hundreds, do you really think it's for cats better good? All who don't take blindly are being honest and act within a rescue capabilities. Don't ever give to shelter unless you can visit. Somebody else said, please don't give to Paws. They never update you of your rescue. And later they block you so you can never have contact with them. I showed you guys that the other day. Somebody couldn't care for a kitten. They had found a kitten or something, couldn't care for it. Uh, Ended up calling Paws, took it to Paws. Something happened where Paws got it right. And she asked if she could get a picture of the kitten. And they were rude to her. They wouldn't give her a picture of it. Why? If the kitten was still with us, why? It takes 2 seconds to take a picture of a cat, right? And email it, send it, whatever you need to do. Like, and granted, this could have been, a couple years ago, but even then, cell phones existed, the internet existed, you can email. Anyways, and so when somebody DM'd Paws and said, hey, my friend gave you the kitten they found, they couldn't care for it, but they still wanted a picture and you were rude to it, they said, go fuck yourself. That's how they responded. Okay, somebody else said they're in constant need of donations, and when you point them to animals that need help, they just post the animals with no intention of helping them. This is from 3 years ago, before we even knew about them. So, to everybody standing up for this place and thinking I sound insane, when I said I think they're taking pictures of hurt animals, I think maybe some are intentional. Why is there no update? Think of your veterinarian, you guys. Think of a vet's office or maybe a rescue that you've ever dealt with and that you've rescued a dog from or a cat from. There's always successful rescue stories. And if you want an update or whatever on an animal you fostered, whoever you were working with, there's always an update about, there's always transparency, there's always like, you know what I mean? Like, why is it so fucking shady? They post pictures of hurt animals, say they're gonna help, and then there's no update. I'm surprised we got an update this long on Bruce, but it also explains why yesterday we saw him looking like absolute shit. That's no hate to Bruce the kitten. This is me being mad that people didn't leave that cat alone. Iman said they're in constant need of donations, and when you point them to animals that need help, they just post the animals with no intention of helping them in an attempt to get sympathy to receive even more donations. And again, this lady will say, well, I'm not shouting out my PayPal. I know that's a big thing that her and Smeardrop are talking about. Like, she's not flat out asking. She's saying to donate to her vet. But if this woman is shady, what are the odds her vet is shady as well? I'm just asking. I think Julia got spayed at some back alley pharmacy. Remember the pharmacy they took Bruce to and they consider that a veterinarian? A dusty, dirty place filled with boxes um, is supposed to be a veterinarian's office? Anyways, and I'm not saying I understand animal care is different in some places, but I would assume to treat sick animals there still has to be a sterile environment. And hopefully the veterinarian didn't just roll out of bed 10 minutes before having to be there because that place didn't look professional to me. Oh my gosh, Andrea, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm in a whole world over here. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Catherine got one, Jiggly, Secret, Michelle, K Star. Welcome to the Breezy Bunch, you guys. We usually have a lot of fun over here. We usually do. Sometimes we have to talk about serious things, and this is one of those times. It just is. Anyways, another person said, but welcome. When we get to the foodie stuff, feel free to use your members emojis. Okay, so another person said, I don't recommend. They do help animals for sure and rescue a lot, but they're constantly in struggle to provide food and expenses. But what proof do we have they're actually doing what they say they were doing? Because on their Instagram, I just see suffering animals and like not an updated photo. Like, this is how the animal came when we first got him. This is old Buster now. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't recommend. They do help animals for sure and rescue a lot, but they are constantly in struggle to provide food and expenses to their shelter animals and to pay for medical treatments for their rescue cases. To be fair, they don't take all the blame for that, as there are not many people here in Kuwait that care for animals, but they kind of lack proper way to manage the place to avoid the worst to happen. Also, for the rescue cases, they have very limited options to be accepted at the good vet clinics because they're not so well reputation. Okay, do you guys see that? Also, for their rescue cases, they have very limited options to be accepted at a good vet clinic because of their not so well reputation. This goes back to me saying, I think the vet they're working with is shady. This person flat out says no reputable vet, no good vet will work with this organization. I wonder why. Anyways, so no good vet will work with them, so they can't go to any good vet clinics because of their not so well reputation dealing with financial issues and other personal matters. This can be fixed if there are more people who are willing to help them get on track, because if you won't really make a difference. I hate when people say if you won't really make a difference. A few can make a whole world of a difference. Alina said people frequently get offended when active rescuers don't take their pets, but it's not due to us being selfish. It's due to being honest. Most people ask to help with domestic short hair, aggressive, or other difficult cases. BFG shelter is full of domesticated short hairs. Full. It's not like everyone dreams to adopt them from some wait 3 to 4 years to travel outside. I have in my rescue currently at least 16. Okay, but if this lady, this is my question to everybody. If this lady let's just pretend that everybody has it out for her and they're setting fires to every place that she calls a rescue home and they're coming in as masked gunmen. Let's pretend that's happening. Why does she keep accumulating more animals and going to more places? At some point, I would just say, you know what, like it's probably not safe for me to have 1,500 cats under my roof if somebody is going to kill them all, right? I would feel like they would have more of a chance being with their mom on the beach. That's just what I'm saying. If this lady has the horrible luck that people are burning down every place that she sets up shop and people are killing all the animals, why does she keep accumulating them? It doesn't seem like it's to help the animals, and it hasn't seemed that way since I first found out about all this stuff. Okay, let me see. So comments on articles about them needing to be investigated and their animal care and how they have a horrible reputation in Kuwait and no good vet will work with them. A selection of Reddit comments about Paws Kuwait and their conduct. Why would masked gunmen go to a rescue place for animals for money? Exactly. None of it adds up, right? Let's see. Damn, what drama. It's crazy. There's even a mention. Okay, what the heck? White people are prostitutes. What the heck? Okay, it's a Kuwait Reddit. What a cringe fest. Damn, what drama. It's crazy. There's even mention of something. White people are prostitutes. Where is this organization? Do you have a location? I wouldn't mind having a quick word with them. What the fuck? Now we gotta worry about prostitution too? I feel like I have enough on my plate. Okay, if this is a reoccurring issue and people have had repeat experiences like this, then it's understandably rude and unprofessional. But it seems like an immature individual who decided to tarnish the image of a whole organization. Have they apologized for that? All of this sounds fishy. I don't know, but sadly, based on everything I found out, it wouldn't surprise me if there was prostitutes thrown in this too. I mean, ugh, okay. Requesting funds to take in an animal without knowing anything about said animal in March of 2025. Hey, Nikki. What the fuck? Nikki, do you have 5 minutes? And if you don't, that's okay too. I'm going through all the tweets, like one by one by one. But I feel like you know a lot about this subject, and I'm wondering if you would want to hop on, and maybe let people know about the dog fighting that I mentioned. I know you said that part wasn't under Rola's. what was it, leadership or something, but, she seems just as scummy. I really need clarification on that. I still find it odd about this whole Paws Kuwait. It seems like everybody involved with it since the original people ended their campaign has just taken over the name for bad things. Cutie Gamer, you cheer me up so much. Oh my God, Wednesday, happier day. Even if the subject is dreary, glad they are getting exposed. Paws Kuwait is Salah's red room. Oh my God. It seriously wouldn't surprise me. This is gonna be a movie one day. It is. I think Paws Kuwait is the red room. That's why it sounds like a romance scammer is DMing with Smear Drop because one literally is. Salah. Okay, so somebody asked on March 16th, anyone know about Paws Kuwait? Because I contacted them to rescue a cat. They asked for 100 KD. Yesterday, you guys told me what that equaled. It was like 300, 400 US dollars or something insane. Someone said it's not necessarily about the money. Ask questions. What will happen to the cat? Will they find a home? Will they allow you to visit the shelter? Will they provide updates? Are they going to take a reputable vet and make sure it gets necessary care? Places that take in many animals have to wonder what happens to them after. It's weird that there's no update on any animals, right? Ed said, I'm sorry, if an organization is basically saying they won't take a cat off the street if you don't give, I'd question what they are doing and what they are doing with the cat after you've given it to them. It's not about money, you help until you can't. It's about the love for the animals. At times, do we need help? Yes. And we ask for donations, but not like that at all. If a person finds a cat on the street, they should try to help it. If they're going to be told they have to pay, less cats will be helped. And only healthy cats? What about the sick and injured? It just doesn't sound right. Someone said, "What is the procedure to send an abandoned cat to Indian? There is one near my or India, there is one near my building?" Nikki said, "I can't hop on, it's 5 AM." Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I forgot you're in a whole other country. And everyone is asleep, but the dog fighting thing was apparently just an awareness video. It was super triggering, was uploaded to the original Paws YouTube. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Good morning, by the way. I'm sorry, I forgot you're a million hours. I don't you're still in the morning. Alright, I wanna show you one thing too. Someone told them, "Please don't give to Paws, they never update of you rescue, and later they block you so you can never contact them again." And this is what I was telling you guys about earlier. So, someone DM'd Paws and said, "I don't know who will read this, but this message is to bring attention to the management that your employees are rude and immature. My friend had asked for a picture of a kitten she had given to Paws as she was unable to care for the kitten herself, as she will be traveling this week. However, instead they were rude to her and responded very unprofessionally. I will never be using the services of Paws ever again, and will also inform my acquaintances about the mistreatment of your customers. By your employees, very unprofessional and disappointing. They respond to that person to go fuck themselves." I just hope I've given you guys enough to at least think, like, is this a reputable place, right? Why is everybody in Kuwait talking about how bad their animal care is if everybody out there supposedly hates animals, right? It's just something I want people to consider. I'm gonna see if there's anything else I need to show you right this second. Please, you guys, do your research. I need to do the same before I start screaming from the mountaintops about how amazing a rescue is. I need to make sure that they're actually doing what they say they're doing. From what I have seen, even going back on the original Paws Kuwait, their Instagram was all adoption fostering oriented. Like that seemed like that was the goal, right? This new Paws Kuwait is graphic pictures. Oh, if you can please help feed these 1,500 animals that we can't afford to, please donate here. I don't believe she's doing what she says she's doing. I told you guys about the 4 events that happened in 1 year with this lady. Why does she keep accumulating animals if people are shooting her places down and setting fire to them? Why is she charging money to go rescue animals? Why? Something sick and dying? I mean, I would go do it for free, and I'm not claiming to be with the rescue. I just have a kind heart, I guess. I don't know. I also know vets work with organizations, right? I do know that for a fact. I know that for a fucking fact. When you bring in a certain form, I forget what it's called now. If you've ever worked in rescue, you know what I'm talking about. It's a certain form. You bring it to the vet, and I know they work with people. I know they, well, rescues, right? I know they do. This lady needs all this money all the time, so her good friend, the vet that she brings all this giving all these donations to and brings all this service to isn't gonna help her out. I don't fucking believe it. I don't believe anything about this woman whatsoever. Let's see, I don't understand how people are defending Paws here. It's not hearsay. This is video evidence of a shelter that is horrible. Not only that, but you guys sound like Paws don't euthanize their animals. Oh my gosh, hold on. Whoever Mark is, I hope he's having a good day. Oh my god. Or am I thinking of John? All the people who have spoke out against this person. Okay, someone said, "I'm sorry, nothing personal against John, but I regret until this day delivering the stray dog to you guys. In your case path off a farm, had it been in the streets, it would have probably been better. At least I was feeding her." Wait, okay, I'm going back some more. We have all seen how bad it can get on the streets in Kuwait. So as much as I would love to help, I'm now confused since I don't see one organization that totally fits my views. Any suggestion, readers? And then it says, Mark, I don't understand how people are defending Paws here. This is not hearsay. This is a video evidence of a shelter that is horrible. Not only that, but you guys sound like Paws don't euthanize their animals. Well, if you watch this graphic video, you'll see that's not really the case. In fact, based on the video, it doesn't look like all the animals were humanely euthanized, more like mass poisoned. This was in 2014. Are we supposed to believe all these people are Islamophobic and everything else? I'm sorry. Just you guys, I feel like this is all I can really do on this for right now. This has been a lot of just really heartbreaking shit. Do your research. Don't ever work with a rescue, and don't ever believe a rescue who isn't neutering and spaying animals for one thing, like before they re-release or rehome them. Um, I feel like the whole point of rescuing God, do you guys even wanna know, when I worked at the vet's office, Bob Barker legitimately came in and would tell people like, he had a dog that had cancer, right? And so his nurse would bring him in. His nurse would bring him in, and he would come in with this dog. I believe it was a golden retriever, I believe. Anyways, so he would seriously walk around and he would tell people to spay and neuter. I remember he would sign things for the receptionist. I have a signature by him too. It says, "To Jennifer, spay and neuter," and he drew a picture of, like, a dog and a cat. Anyways, like, when you're an animal lover and you do things to genuinely fucking help animals, like, you don't want more animals to be without a home, right? This lady takes all this money, says she's doing things for animals. I don't believe a fucking word. I don't believe a fucking word. However, at this moment, I have to tap out on it. I really do. Nikki, is there anything else I should say about this? I know you just got into it, but we've been covering all the tweets, everything else. This was more or less, I just need people to wake up. And I need people to open their mind and realize that we can all still hate Foodie Beauty and there could be more than one bad guy in this picture, right? There could be more than one bad guy. And there is. There is. I also have to question what this smear drop's intentions are. I'm sorry. But you're either really dumb or you seem to be getting paid to work really hard to defend Rolla everywhere. How do you defend all this? How do you defend all of this smear drop? Why haven't any other channels been discussing this? Because people wanna just be worried about Foodie Beauty right now, and they think honestly, do you wanna know what it boils down to? And I'm speaking from a reaction channel. People hate when Foodie comes on Smug and doing the "I told you so" shit. I hate it too. But for this one time, I don't fucking care, honestly, because if she comes on Smug and she has anything to say about this, She's the one who got Paws Kuwait involved, so it all boils down to her stealing a kitten. At the end of the day, though, my love for animals far outweighs my hate for Foodie Beauty, right? She said some nasty things about my daughter I will never forgive her for. I will never forgive her for. But at the same time, like, it wasn't true what she said. It was nasty, but it wasn't fucking true. And right now, my focus is on these kittens, dogs, wherever. Bruce, I fell in love with him from the first time I heard him squeak, right? I didn't want to get attached to him, and then he squeaked at us, and all bets were off, and I just knew I loved that little cat. It makes me sad to think that he is not getting shipped off to a good home, right? This lady's been promising since like the second day she had Bruce, he's getting shipped off to a good home. How many days later? He's still not shipped off. Now he supposedly needs hospital care. Why wasn't he having 3 days of hospital care while you had him, right? Didn't you have him? He's too young to be neutered, so she's gonna ship him off not being neutered. He's too young probably to travel that far, she doesn't care. Anyways, I'm glad at least she gave him a bath, like, thank you, I guess. Have you had to look through Hurl's page too? Let's go to Hurl's really fast. Let me stop sharing my screen. I shared Hurl's in a stream maybe 2 days ago, but maybe we need to go there. And then I think I'm going to need a smoke break, and then we can laugh at Foodie Beauty stuff. I don't know where this woman is. I don't know if she's in Kuwait. I don't know if she's in Canada. To be honest, I don't really fucking care because wherever she is, I know she's miserable, right? Like wherever you go, there you are. So all her shame, regrets, all of that stuff is following her, whatever country she's in. Her addictions didn't change because she got deported or went back. I mean, she's the same person she is. She's miserable. She's suffering. That's what I have to say. All right, let me go to Hurl's Twitter really fast. By the way, if I laugh weirdly, it's not because I find any of this funny. I feel like those of you who know me get that. I laugh at the worst situations. I laugh when I'm scared. I laugh when I'm mad. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. I truly do. I laugh as a defense sometimes. I'm just weird and it's what I do. It's not that, oh my God. Like, oh, I remember in the sixth grade, this one girl at school hated me because she fell. She was wearing a white outfit, right? And she was doing some kind of a dance, and, like, she landed smack in, like, a mud puddle, you guys. Like, smack in this mud puddle, and I wasn't laughing because I legitimately thought it was funny, like, it was just like a, "Oh my god." And then later in that day, she was leaning back in her chair and smacked her head on the desk, and then I laughed again, and so she just thought I had it out for her, but really, like, I didn't know how to react, right? I was, like, 10 or something, I don't know. I wanna say it wasn't junior high, maybe it was 5th grade. I don't know, I was really young, and I still don't know how to handle myself. I still laugh at weird times. Okay, so let's take a look through Hurl's page. I'm gonna skip past stuff that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. I don't know. Girl fights with people that I have no clue who they are. I think I don't like people that she has no clue who they are, so we're just gonna stick to the role list stuff. This is the woman. What's weird is I think she was pretending to be the 20-year-old in people's DMs for a while. Um, I could be wrong about that. I always click on this and then I'm like, "Nope." I always regret clicking on it. Oh, it doesn't want me to play it anyways, thank God.
إذا تقدر توصل رسالتي حق سنة دول إن أنا من أشد المعجبين فيه من بيتاب من الثمانينات كنت صغير.
I am thinking something not nice. I said it yesterday, I'll just say it again. I have a bad feeling something happened to her eye because an animal was trying to defend itself. I said what I said. It's just letters written out by the law firm. Okay, hold on. Rolla tells us they're not posting on Instagram about, but sends you letters written by the lawyer. Hold on. Okay, so Smeardrop is getting legal messages from Roll. Smeardrop. Smeardrop. This is shady as fuck. They didn't spell her name right. Well, they spelled her first name right. From what I remember, that's not how you spell her last name. Client name, opponent name. I still don't see Salah, do you? Can you legally press charges against somebody if you spell their name? I mean, can you, like, isn't part of spelling their name right? I mean, part of the process? Because like, you could go full on I mean, the cops could go arrest somebody else, right? Isn't spelling a name right, like, key important? But what do I know? I don't know. So, it's not like I haven't been in front of a judge 955 times. Um, why is everything blocked out? Review by Mr. Deputy Public Prosecutor. Mr. Deputy? Your section received complaints, receipt, inventory number. Oh, come on. People find it hard to say there are 2 problematic people here, or Foodie isn't the biggest monster in the situation. There's more than one bad guy here. There just is. And, it doesn't make you, like I feel like people feel like it makes them, like, a Chantal fan or something, or it gives her, like, a free pass. It doesn't. In fact, I think people would respect you a lot more, because it would really show that it was all always about the animals, right? If people spoke out against this and started asking questions, it would really show more than anything that you truly are an animal lover and you care. I'd respect them a lot more. Respected Madam Miss Director of the Media Prosecution. Greetings, and after introduction to Your Excellency and passing to Kuwait nationality? The complainant is a Kuwaiti citizen while she was at her residence in Mabula Block 2. And while browsing YouTube, she was surprised to find that the account Beauty was publishing requests to collect donations in violation of the law and without prior permission. It also publishes pornographic clips that incite debauchery and immorality, which the complainant refrains from mentioning. However, she attached a photo of them to the flash drive attached to the complaint, which shows that both the complainant and the defendant participated in preparing and publishing those clips. They also publish photos of oil facilities in violation of the law. In addition, they commit traffic accidents daily. They commit traffic accidents daily and document these incidents and publish them on YouTube. When did Foodie publish pornography from her Foodie Beauty account? I must have missed that recently. I feel like if you're gonna make claims and take somebody to court, like, go for stuff that actually happened. Okay, the oil facilities, I get. They commit traffic accidents daily and document these incidents and publish them on YouTube? I've never seen her publish a car crash that she has started. This is now it's gonna sound like I'm defending her. I'm sorry, this lady is shady as fuck, you guys. If people wanna believe this is real, have at it. Live your best life. I don't know what to tell you. This place is all bad. They're using people, they're making us all look like fools. I'm gonna say a prayer for the animals and roll as care. I am. I am. And this is again my announcement to you. Please do your research. And when I say that, it's a reminder to myself too. It's a reminder to myself too. I want so badly to believe when people say they love animals that they really mean that. But then I have to think back to there's been serial killers, right? That people thought they loved animals, and then the animals kept going missing. I said what I said. So, do your research, please. I am highly annoyed with this whole situation right now, and I feel like at any moment I'm going to say something I'm going to regret. I don't believe any of this shit. I'm sorry, I just don't. With all the clips everybody has helped this lady with, she couldn't even spell Chantal's last name wrong or right. She couldn't even spell the last name right. And we're reporting her for filming pornographic clips and putting them up on her channel. I must have missed that. I must have missed that. Jesse said, "Did you see the news article from Qatar? Almost a mirror story to the dogs." Oh my gosh. Pearl, I'm doing what I can, just me. I put the letter through Google Lens. Pearl, you're here. Thank God. This whole thing is so fucking awful. I haven't even went into the whole dog fighting thing. I haven't even went into the well, yesterday we lightly touched on the 4 incidents happening in 1 year. The arsonist set fire to the place and killed, what, like 20 animals? A masked gunman comes in and takes out 50. Why does something bad happen whenever this woman is involved? Something really bad is going on, and she's playing everybody and using animals to gain something. What that is at this point, I'm gonna assume money. I don't really know. I don't know. It's all scammy. All of this shit is scammy. Me too, and this is sad, but it would be even more tragic if they were allowed to keep going under the radar. I hope more people talk about it. I hope more people do. There's people today that don't even want me talking about it. I'm busy said because whatever, I shouldn't be talking about this, but like for once, can we all put our differences aside? Can we all put our differences aside and agree that animals and children are like the two things that like we all care about in this community, right? Like we get mad when people harm children, go after children. We have something to say. When Foodie doxes children, we had so much to say about BBJ and Sam and their how they were taken care of. Like, why are we just ignoring this? When somebody is practically shoving them down our throat. Ask yourself too, what is Smear Drop's intentions? I want to say this again. Maybe I live in my own bubble. We all know that's true sometimes. Sometimes I'm in my own little world and I don't see what's going on around me. That's a very true statement about me. I admit to it. Um, I don't remember this Fupa Princess smear drop before 11 days ago. I don't know where the hell she came from. I thought it was weird she was getting the DMs and the first of everything. I thought it was weird, and I remember looking at her subscribers at the time. And again, I'm not one to like go after anybody's subscribers. I don't have that many subscribers, right? So I'm not going to make fun of having somebody for having 60 subscribers or followers. But it was weird that Paws Kuwait chose an account with 60 some odd followers when there was like Yaba or FFG, for example, right? And then a while later, then they want to go on Yaba's panel once people are starting to catch on that something isn't adding up and something is very, very wrong. Then they want to go on Yaba's? No, because they want to do damage control. Luckily, Yaba said that she declined because, I don't know, things just didn't seem right to her. Shooters barged into heavily guarded production area, intimidated security personnel. This happened in Qatar. As Chantal constantly messes up on roads, she did child corn on YouTube. Her world is not a prize 300 miles away. We want her gone from over here. What? As Chantal constantly messes up on roads. Okay, tell me the accident that she caused and uploaded to YouTube. Chantal does plenty of things wrong. Plenty of things wrong. But she did not film pornography and upload it to YouTube. The Omegle thing happened where somebody came on and she didn't I mean, she was like, "There's nothing minor about him." That was fucking creepy. But Chantal and Salah did not film pornography and upload it to YouTube. That did not happen. There's plenty of things to hate Chantal for. Plenty of things. What we're not gonna do is start adding lies onto it, okay? I hate it when it's done to me. There's plenty of things to not like me for. I hate it when people just add things on because it sounds good, right? Like, in general, this woman has done enough bad over there, filming public restrooms, filming people's children, filming the oil, whatever it's called. I can't even think right now. She's done enough wrong. We don't need to lie, right? She could possibly cause an accident with her distracted driving, but I've never seen her cause an accident and say, ha ha, and upload it to YouTube. Never have I seen it. We're just posting stuff as we discover it, Nikki said. We're no expert on Kuwait, etc. Just get a bad feeling about it all. The poor animals need someone to speak for them. Stella said, my gosh, they have hundreds of animals. They probably have certain bathing days, and they're not going to treat animals differently because of Chantal. I'm sorry, but the picture I saw of Bruce, he looked like shit yesterday. And I'm just going to be really honest. You guys, whoever wants to put their head in the sand because it's far more comfortable there, and this is too hard to hear about, that's fine. But then there's people like me who are going to talk about the uncomfortable things, okay? How much bad luck can one rescue have? Really start from the beginning of my live stream and watch until right now and tell me if this doesn't seem shady to you. How come everybody in Kuwait knows that this place is bad, but we're praising them? Everybody says good vets won't even work with Paws Kuwait out there. But we think that they're the animal saviors of the world. In fact, I should put a bench up for Rolla right in front of my house in case people get tired when they're rollerblading by. That's what I should do. Rolla should get a chair, a bench, a tree. I mean, fuck it, a stone too. I mean, she is just a regular Mother Teresa. I'm sorry. This is so irritating to me. It's like when somebody's, like, saying, "Oh, I've been abused," or something, and they're, like, looking at your black eyes, "Oh, no, you definitely are you sure this didn't happen?" It's like, I mean, you can deny what's happening all you want because it's probably easier to stay like that, but I don't really think our community should be used in whatever this role a person has going on. Can I stop what's happening over in Kuwait? No, but I can make the community aware. And then this is what I'm gonna say too. I'm really surprised by everybody giving these people excuses. It really does show me that maybe it's not about the animals to some of you guys. Hating Foodie Beauty is far more important. And for that, I feel sorry for you. And I'm not talking about anybody specifically in this chat. I just want to say anybody in general who's wanted me to not talk about this, who has tried to find every out for this place. Well, maybe it's just this, maybe it's just that. If they have a bad reputation in Kuwait that's supposedly full of people who hate animals, right? So if they even think that Paws Kuwait animal care is sus, is terrible, is horrible, people need to go in and save some of the animals, I mean, then you really should look at how their animal care probably is. They're known for leaving a bunch of dead animals in a building and moving on to the next place. So, if you want to ignore all of that because hating Foodie Beauty is more important, then, I don't know. I don't know how you sleep tonight. I don't know who needs to hear that or hating me to the person who didn't want me to cover this. I don't know how you sleep at night. I really don't. I need to get to some Foodie Beauty stuff. Junip Paws Kuwait, Rolla need to be exposed. Say what you want about Chantel, but keep the same energy for Rolla. All these people that acted like they cared about BBJ. That they cared so much about BBJ, and we're pointing to evidence that there is a woman possibly hoarding animals, probably, more than likely hoarding animals, taking pictures of animals in horrible conditions after something horrible's happened to them. Maybe they've even harmed them, and asking for money. All these animals wind up dead. There's no more updates. Roll is on to a new location. I've never seen an animal organization move so fucking much. They have no place to call home, right? Why do they have so many Paws Kuwait accounts? Doesn't anybody find that weird? All right. This is, I think, all I can stomach for right now. If there's more that I should cover, Nikki, Hurl, reach out to me, and then I'll definitely bring it up. I'll definitely bring it up. It's something that I can't ignore, and I don't know how anybody else is either, to be honest. There are 189,000 negative feedback to our stuff and 50,000 ventures to 1.1% positive. You know nothing of the Middle East. All guessing from you. You want me to be really honest right now? From what I know, I don't want to know much more about the Middle East. Why does everybody seem scammy in Kuwait? I'll say what I'm saying. I'm not going to regret this. Why does everybody seem to be scamming? And there's always some sort of a loophole, and nothing is ever transparent. Nothing. Nothing. I know when I see many reviews left for this place from people who have dealt with them, who live in Kuwait, I'm supposed to not believe them and I'm supposed to believe you? Some random person that's probably Rolla or Smear Drop? Now it's 1,600 and only one bag of dog food. Wow. You are deeply against my religion. It pours from you. Stop guessing. I'm actually not. I'm not, but I hear your religion hates Christians. Is that true? I'm not against Muslims. I don't like the Muslim revert, the fake Muslim revert. I don't like this roll person. And I also don't like people who do horrible things and then hide behind their religion and say, you can't call me out or you don't like what I'm doing because I'm XYZ. I would have the same problem if a Christian person was doing this, just so you know. I'd call them out too. I don't have a hatred for your religion, but do you hate me? That's what you should ask yourself. There's like 3 people I hate in this world, truly, and your religion just isn't part of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I wanna ask you though, do you think the people that like Rolla or Foodie Beauty, for example, do you think that those people are portraying a good religion? Do you think you coming in here accusing me of hating your religion when I haven't said anything horrible about it? Do you think that's a good look? I know that you want to move on, but do you know why Chantal chose Paws Kuwait? That's what I'm confused about. I think didn't she say okay, my memory could be a little bit bad. So I feel like I remember this happening. If I'm off, somebody correct me. Afterwards, didn't she say that somebody gave her 2 places to contact? It was Paws Kuwait and somebody else. I don't remember if it was K-Love, K-Glove, something with a K. I can't anyway, so I guess she contacted Paws, and then that's how we got the, misfortune of having to deal with them. So you guys, to anybody who doesn't believe me, please do your own research. Search Rolla Paws Kuwait. Do your own research, see what comes out. Go to Hurl's account, go to Nikki's account. They are both on Twitter. They're both sharing everything that they find. And they're not claiming to have everything correct. They're just literally letting us know what other people are saying and what they have found, whether it's by videos, articles, social media. Why is it that they have such a horrible reputation from their own people in Kuwait? Do those people all hate Muslims too? If they gave them a bad review? Thank you so much for the super chat, and I'm hoping somebody can answer that. That Cut Awkward said, "Hey, I'm an asshole. I personally am not a fan." But that's okay, like, we don't have to I don't hate them, but I like, why is it, like, forced upon us? Like, if we have an opinion about them, we must hate them, right? I don't. I hate, like, 3 people in this world. I don't hate really any religions. I mean, I think everybody has a right to practice what they want to as long as they're not hurting anybody else, right? Alright, I am gonna go to my Twitter now. Do we even care about Foodie Beauty stuff at this point, or should this just be a whole other stream for tomorrow? It's basically her fat head and a headrest. People think she's in her mom's car. People think she's in a gaming car or a gaming chair in Kuwait. What I do know is her Beezers want us really, desperately want us to believe that she's in Kuwait, so that tells me she's in Canada. I think there were some funny things. I don't know. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Research in person. Online, this is inflicted upon many companies over here. How can you speak as a fact? How come when I've looked up other organizations, nobody has the reputation of Paws Kuwait? I know you're probably from Paws Kuwait or Rolla yourself at this point. I'm not a fan of what you do. I'm not going to praise you. No, that doesn't mean that I hate your religion. And honestly, you should stop hiding behind it. In general, it's not a good look when people do shitty things or, like, things come up from their past or what they've done, and they're like, "Oh, but, I'm this now." Like, it's just not a good look. In general, I can despise your actions, but still respect you as a Muslim, right? Because that's the religion you choose to be, I guess. I could despise what you've done, Rolla, if that's truly in fact you. And I think your eye got damaged by an animal defending itself, and I don't feel bad about saying that. I said what I said. Research in person, Eric said, "I feel like when Foodie comes back, she's gonna call us disgusting because we still shine a light on her when no people now have horrible pauses." Yeah, again, to those who just don't want to hear her smug, you can always just remind her. We know she searches Twitter. We know she watches everything about herself. She's the one who found these people. Her making a bad decision left to everything else. And unfortunately, now there's more than one bad guy in this situation. We have a group of people to talk about, not just Foodie Beauty, Paws Kuwait. Um, why is your IG so graphic? If you truly love animals, like this is the weird thing to me too. You remind me of one of those gore sites that people can go to see horrible things that happened because some of them are morbidly curious and some people like that stuff. Some people like looking up gory stuff. That is what your Instagram reminds me of. It doesn't scream rescue to me. It just doesn't. And why is only one cat up for adoption out of 400 of them? One cat out of 400? And then on a post, you supposedly have 1,500 animals in one bag of food. I would stop hoarding them. To be honest, Bruce looked better where he was at. He did. Hey, sorry, I just got here. Have I missed much? I just thought there was supposed to be updates on pause about Bruce and family. I've got a feeling we've been had. I have the same feeling. I have the same feeling. I'm not from Paws, ha! But we have this constantly for so many things. Everything here is deeply factual or we hesitate. You guys never hesitate. This is ignorance. We don't have this here, inshallah. I'm talking about Paws Kuwait, and for some reason, you think I mean it for every Muslim on the planet. And that's a you problem. I don't know how else to say it. That is a you problem. You need to figure out what you're insecure with and what you're having an issue with and stop projecting it onto me. I wish you luck on your journey. You clearly need to spend a long time on it. Why doesn't Paws Kuwait say their location public? Why no adoptions? Why no updates with over 1,000 animals? Why can they never afford food or rent? Exactly. These are all questions I would love you guys to ask yourselves. Give us real address and location to go have it looked at. Yeah, please do. You seem to know so much. You're definitely not Rolla, but you know everything, right? Jasmine said, I'm not too bad, thanks. Has there been any updates from Paws people about Foodie case? Yeah, some suspicious ass update. I'm not buying it. Okay, hold on. I think I got it from Hurls. Sorry, it's just easier for me to go to my DMs and then type in somebody's name, and then I could go right to your account. I don't know, that's how I do it, so I always have to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so here was the update, and Smeardrop got the first of it, you guys. Smeardrop. It's so weird to me. Paws Kuwait has a lot of followers on their Instagram, and they know a lot of people are following now because of Girl World. Why this one person? All right, let me share the screen. This is the update we got. They spelled her name wrong. They accused her of uploading pornographic content to YouTube, filming it and then uploading it to YouTube and causing accidents daily and also uploading that to YouTube. So what the fuck is anybody supposed to do with this? It's just letters written out by the law firm. Rolla tells you they're not posting on Instagram, but sends you letters written by the lawyer. Okay, so here we go. This is the update. Hold on, I think so this is what it looks like from Smeardrop. Oh wait, hold on, and there's more. I can't read it anyway, so we'll just go over here. This is not a show. We are not doing this for attention or drama. We are standing up, loud and clear, for what was done to our beloved country and our religion. We are not pressing charges to please anyone. We are doing this because what she did is deeply offensive, unacceptable, and dangerous. Anyone who does such a thing must be held accountable. No exceptions. We have put ourselves at serious risk. We are receiving death threats. I don't believe this. I don't believe this woman. I'm sorry. We have put ourselves at serious risk. We are receiving death threats. They are telling us to be careful and that they're coming for us. They know where we live and that's how we look, or they know how we look. But we are still here and we never back down. Thanks to all of our true supporters, you give us strength. And to those who throw hate and negativity at us, thank you too. Because without knowing it, you're pushing us to do even better, to fight even harder. More is coming. Miss Rolla will attend the prosecutors tomorrow. The case is being built with all the evidence and legal support. And if that was true, you wouldn't be yapping away to smear drop on Twitter. If this lawyer wasn't some shady fuck lawyer, like, wouldn't they tell you to shut your mouth? I feel like that's like standard procedure for any lawyer. They tell their client, just don't talk about the case. But then they give us a whole yikes. Oh wait, no, they spelled it right on the form. Okay. It was the I guess maybe GPT. They spelled it right on the form. I still don't believe them though. So it says the complainant is a Kuwaiti citizen, and while she was in her residence located in the area of Ma'bula Block 2 while browsing YouTube, she was surprised by the account Foodie Beauty, who was posting requests to collect donations in violation of the law and without permit. The account also posts clips of sexual nature that incite debauchery and immorality, which the complainant will refrain from mentioning, but you will find all of it on the flash drive attached to the complaint. It shows the participation of both defendants in preparing and publishing those clips. They also publish clips of oil fields, in which is a violation of the law. In addition, they commit traffic violations and document these cases and publish them on YouTube, on the account mentioned above. Since the complainant is Kuwaiti, she is acting in the best interest of this country and all of its citizens. The law encourages all those who live here to report all crimes that they witness. Article 200 of the Penal Code also stipulates that anyone who incites a male or female to commit acts of debauchery or prostitution or assists them in doing so in any way shall be punished with imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year and a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees, or either of those two penalties. Okay, for some reason I really like the word rupee. Don't ask me why. Rupee, it was fun to say. Okay. If the victim is under 18 years of age, the penalty shall be imprisonment for a period not exceeding 2 years and a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees, or either of these two penalties. Article 3 also stipulates imprisonment for a period not exceeding 3 years and a minimum fine of 3,000 dinars and not exceeding 10,000. Okay, it's a whole thing. Whoever uses the internet or uses any means of technology to obtain information for themselves or for someone else regarding money, benefit, document, or signature by using a fraudulent method or by using a false name or impersonating another identity to deceive victims is the reason why we are filing this complaint. Who did she impersonate, though? I don't know. I just feel like it's a garlic bread. Like, it's just a lot of words to confuse people and think that, I don't know, something's really being done. I don't buy any of it. We'll see, I guess. We'll see what happens. Still missed her uploading corn to YouTube. Still must have missed it. They use rupees in Kuwait, I guess, posing as a charity, but she didn't. Now asking for donations, I understand that was against the law, but some of the things that they're saying she's doing, come on. Like, I hate her as much as everybody else, but this is like a bit ridiculous, right? Like, she's not currently uploading corn to her YouTube that her and Salah are filming in their living room. They're currently not joyriding, causing accidents, and then filming and laughing at people and uploading it to YouTube. They're distracted driving. We could say that. They could cause an accident. Anyways, I think this lady's a scammer. Do you guys even care about the Foodie Beauty stuff now? Or should we just come back tomorrow refreshed and we can just laugh again? Um, so the person DMing this smear drop poo toucher is Rolla. Yeah, I don't trust you, smear drop, if you're listening. Um, I know you're like Rolla's cleanup crew, and I really have to ask why. You just met her, but you're going so hard for a woman that's mistreating animals far worse than Foodie Beauty did. If all of this is true, this woman's doing far worse than Foodie Beauty has done. But we're all going to ignore this, right? We're all just going to ignore this. Well, not you guys, because you're here. Show us the charges. Yeah, show us the actual proof. Prove us wrong. That part too. Prove us wrong. Stop with this. Oh, I have an update coming very soon. And then 2 days later, nothing. Smear drop. Like, you're giving, I don't know. Again, I can't figure out if you're dumb or you're just a part of this now. But you didn't question why this person after 11 days wants you to go to Kuwait and meet them and why they're giving you all the updates out of everybody. I mean, I'm sure you're a lovely person somewhere deep down, but all of this is very sus. Like, you have time to reply to everybody on Twitter all day, defending your new friend Rolla, but like, you were too busy to post an update. Something is very weird. I really hope that I'm wrong. In fact, I hope you're wrong. I hope Nikki, you're wrong. I hope animals aren't being abused. I really hope that's not what's happening. I really hope that. I hope somebody can prove us all wrong and we have to say we're sorry. I pray to God that happens actually, because that would be much better than the reality that I know is going on. So please prove us wrong. Show us charges. Show us Bruce. Show us Bruce happy, healthy, about to board a plane. In fact, I want to see the plane flying off. Show all of this, okay? And maybe I'll listen. But in the meantime, I think you're a scammer. I think you're using Girl World. I think you're one of the many people that come and plague our community and scam people out of money, and then you'll disappear and you'll be on to the next. Again, I hope I'm wrong. It's do something. It's bullshit. Do something. Are you trying to have her harmed? Our nation has the time to learn a woman did OnlyFans. That cannot be here, but the government is too busy. If they took time, she cannot be here is the point. So if she did OnlyFans in Canada before she reverted, she can't be there. Is that what you're telling me? Why do people even choose to revert to your religion then? Like if they're not forgiven for what they've done before, like why even like I'm not trying to be rude. Anyways, whatever. I World, we do not want her here. It is not allowed, but government will not take this on. So then you admit nothing will come of reporting OnlyFans. Pretty much. Nothing is going to come of this. And I hate to be the one to burst anybody's bubble. You guys, I've been in a bad mood since I found out about all this. I'm just going to be honest. I was riding the natural high of Foodie Beauty probably being in trouble. These cute kittens were finally getting veterinary care. I was so happy. Like I was smiling every day, sleeping the best I've ever slept. And then I saw this picture, and it stuck with me ever since. And it's really ruined things for me. And I may get things wrong, you guys. I get things wrong in life, but even my gut can be wrong sometimes. I'm not fucking wrong about this, though. I'm not. And I don't believe Hurl is wrong. I don't believe Nikki is wrong. They're trying to silence everybody and shut us up for a reason, right? It's weird. It reminds me of those celebrities who like are doing really fucked up shit. And then people start talking about them, so they start sending cease and desist letters to try and shut people up, or they threaten a lawsuit, or they have their bodyguard do physical harm, whatever else. Things it reminds me of that. Like when people are telling the truth and people are trying so hard to shut them up, you have to ask yourself why. I really don't care what religion Rolla is. I don't care if she's Christian, if she's Muslim, if she prays to Satan. I don't fucking care as long as she's not hurting animals, okay? So I don't want to be labeled as this Islamophobic person. Like, I don't care what she's doing. I don't care if she's praying to a toilet and calling that her God. I just don't want her hurting animals, and I don't want her hoarding animals, and I don't want her to use this community to do so. That is what I don't want to happen. So, on that note, you guys, I feel like we have to end things for now. If I get any more updates you guys need to see on this from Hurl or Nikki or Miss T, I even know Miss T has been looking into it. I will let you guys know. I need to ask you to look beyond how you may feel about the person or even how you may feel about me, right? This is about animals. This is what it's about. Please, even if you hate me, just go do your own research on this, please, you guys. I feel like the morning is going to be a good option to talk about this foodie stuff. Or if we need a palate cleanser, we can do that too. I just know I cannot keep going with this subject at this time. For my own sanity, I just can't. She has run so much into trouble, but the only fun thing is not focus, is on you say she's on borrowed time. Yeah, and then you say things that sound like threat. I don't know. I want to disengage at this point. I think you have it set in your mind that you want Foodie dead or something, and we all need to praise Rolla. I don't like the bitch Foodie either. Am I going to be celebrating her death? I don't, I don't know if it was natural causes. I might have a pizza party later, but I'm not trying to have somebody torture her, kill her, and me party it up. You say very weird things to the person's name that I can't even say. You say very odd things, and I don't think you're helping your case, whatever you think that might be. I just want to point that out to you. I came in late. Did you guys watch the new Dank Fupa? No! I think we should do that in the morning. So then, yes, this is BS. Your complaints are meaningless. Thank you for the stream, Breezy, and for bringing awareness. You know, thank you for listening. I know there's a few people at least that will consider what we have to say, and for that, I'm thankful. If anything, I just want everybody to take away from this. Again, I'm reminding myself to do your research. Not everybody who says they're an animal lover is an animal lover. Not everybody is doing this for good reasons. While there are amazing rescues out there, like there are some amazing, incredible places. I hear the Paws Kuwait and or not Paws Kuwait, the Paws in Chicago. I heard they're amazing. There's Paws Chicago. I hear Paws LA is great. We have Little Angels Pug Rescue that rescues pugs. There's some amazing places, right? But like you still even should do your research with them. Do your research with anybody. If people are charging you to go rescue an animal, that shouldn't be happening. And if they're not giving you updates, you really need to ask yourself why. All right, I love you guys. Let's come back in the morning. Let's come back in the morning. We'll talk about Foodie Beauty stuff. I feel very upset and not in a good mood right now. And it's not anything you guys did. I don't like the topic. I don't like the topic. I don't like that this stuff exists in this world. I don't like feeling that I'm in a whole ass other country and I can't do shit. I don't like being painted out to be a bad guy because I'm giving animals a voice. That doesn't make me feel good. I don't like that people are threatening people now if you talk about this. That's kind of odd too. I don't like this whole situation, but the fact that we're being silenced really tells me that we're going to have to talk about it more because they want us to stay quiet for a reason. What is that reason? What is that reason? All right, you guys, I'm going to be back at 7 a.m. in the morning, my time. So 7 a.m., bright and early. Okay, more probably like 7:15 after I've had some caffeine. Look for me at 7:15 and we'll laugh at Foodie Beauty stuff. We'll go over foodie stuff. I think we all just need to let this like sit for a minute. I know I do. I think I need some weed. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Andrea, for gifting the memberships. Be kind. I feel like you did as well. Hold on, let me double check. I know you did actually. Somebody did. It was you, be kind. And Andrea, thank you for gifting 5. Secret Squirrel, thank you for the super chat. You guys, thank you for listening to me. Thank you. I know this isn't like one of our fun streams we usually have where we laugh at like really stupid things, but I don't know, we can't call ourselves animal lovers and not talk about this, right? So I'm an animal lover. I know you guys are too. Hopefully we're doing our part. Tomorrow, let's be back ready to laugh. I'll be back 7:15. See you then. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Bye.